Okay, so this is part 2 of simplifying our rational expressions. And again, numerator and denominator for this guy look pretty busy, so we want to factor first. So I'm going to look at the numerator. It's got 2 terms. Always check for a GCF first. It looks like 6 can come out of both 6z and 12. And so I'm left with z plus 2. And then the denominator, no GCF, but it's 3 terms, so that means I go to the X box. Yes, again, none of this is going away. Okay, so we're prepping. So the first times the third term. So factors of 12 that add up to 7. So 12 is 3 times 4. And then I go first term in the first box, so 2z squared. And then last term in the last box, so 6. And then I'm putting in 3 and 4. So I'll go 4z and 3z in my other boxes. And then I'm just finding the GCF of the top 2. That's 2z. So 2z times 1 more z gives me 2z squared. 2z times 2 gives me 4z, and then z times 3 gives me 3z. So my parentheses in the denominator are 2z plus 3. So the order won't matter as long as we've got both of these parts here. And so I always check in the numerator. So 6 can't cancel with anything outside the parentheses, so it's going to stay. Z plus 2, is there the exact same z plus 2 in the denominator? Yes, there is, so I can cancel it. And it looks like 2z plus 3 didn't have anything to cancel, so I'm going to write my answer 6 in the numerator and 2z plus 3 in the denominator. So the 2 and the 3 will not cancel with the 6. I need the exact same parentheses on the top and bottom to cancel. So factor first, and then it looks like a beautiful, fun little canceling sesh. Okay, last question. Looking a little busy. Looks like I have a trinomial and another trinomial, so that means 2 X boxes. Let me leave myself some space down here. So factors of negative 40, because I'm going 5 times negative 8, that add up to 6. And then I can go to the box. So it looks like it's going to be 10 and 4. And since 6 is positive, 10 is going to be positive. I'll go to the box. It's 5x squared. Then the last term in the last box. And I'm going to use 10x and negative 4x in my other boxes. So along our first route here, we're going to factor out a 5x. That's the GCF of those two. And then I'll go 5x times x gives me 5x squared. 5x times 2 gives me 10x. It's 5 times 2. And then x times negative 4 gives me negative 4x. So I got the top. I got my numerator. Hopefully, when I set up my x box for my other trinomial, they'll cancel. So look at my other trinomial. So 3 times negative 2 is going to go at the top of that. X, so negative 6. Add up to 5. So I need 6 and 1, and since that 5 is positive, 6 is going to be positive. So I'm going to go to the box. First term, the 3x squared in the first box, minus 2 in the last box, and then I'll use 6x and negative 1x. So GCF of our first two terms here, 3 and 6, I can take a 3 out of both of those. X squared and x, I can take out an x. So 3x times x equals 3x squared. 3x times 2 gives me 6x. And x times negative 1 gives me negative 1x. So I got my denominator. So it's 3x minus 1 and x plus 2. And look at that. I have at least one of the same. So I'm like, the best way to do it is just to move from left to right. So 5x minus 4 doesn't have anything that cancels in the denominator, so I leave that alone. But then x plus 2 cancels with that x plus 2 in the denominator. And if I check 3x minus 1, also didn't have anything in the top. So my final answer is 5x minus 4 over 3x minus 1. And that's as simplified as we're going to get.